Hey everyone, it's Sam here and I'm back with a very fun tutorial. So sorry I've not posted on here for a while. I have been busy over on my Made to Surprise YouTube channel and I do a lot of lives and stuff on my live YouTube channel as well. So I have been around, I just haven't been posting on here. So if you're not on any of those channels and you want to see what else I'm up to, I'll share all the links in the description box below. But today's card is something that some of you might have seen before. I've seen it around for a long time. I came across a video that is actually 6 years old. It's called a picture change card by Love, what did I put here? Love for Crafts, and I will link that in the description box below. Basically, when you turn this, it will reveal another image. Very fun. I made this during a YouTube live about a month ago. Finally get around to sharing a tutorial here. A few little tips with this before you get started is you want to use a lighter weight cardstock. I've got 300 GSM, then about a 180, 200, and then another 300 GSM, and it's a bit too much. If you can see in the middle here, it just kind of, you can see where it's like wearing the image. It's just a lot to kind of get around there. So I've got a lighter cardstock and I'll show you that in a moment. You can also stick this onto a card blank, which I'll be doing at the end as well. It's very easy, you don't need a scoreboard, it's just 4 pieces of the same size paper and a few cut lines. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make it. So this was my little prototype that I put together. I honestly put this together in minutes, just before I was going to go live. And it was funny because I saw this video and then about half an hour before I was going to go live, a lovely follower of mine called Linda, she sent me a link to another person who'd made this. And I was like, that's really spooky because I've already done it. So Linda, again, thank you for the inspiration as well. And yeah, it was quite fun when we were chatting during the live when that happened. So I'm using these lovely stamps here. And the idea is that this one will be on the front, and then when it turns, it's going to reveal the 3 of them in the bar. And I've got these lovely little extras to go around the sides. So I've got here, this is about a 220, 200 even maybe, because you actually double up those together and parts of them will be stuck together as well. Plus then I'll be sticking that on top. So I think if you want to do mats and layers like I have there, then you definitely want to have this lighter weight. And if you've got a white card that's more like a 200 GSM, then I would go for that as well. I've got 4 pieces here of 5x7. So you want to get those cut first. And then I've also got these were the other ones, sorry, just to the seam builder, just to do all the extra little details. And then just for a little bit of instruction, you can see I've got the little stamp and the word turn from my actions set, which I brought out a while ago. But you could easily just stamp an arrow, you could write the word turn there as well. So we'll start first of all with photo A, okay? And these ones are going to be landscape. What you want to do, grab a pencil and a ruler, and on both of these pieces with them in landscape orientation, you want to come down 2.5 inches on both sides and draw a pencil right through the middle. Then on both of those pieces along that same line, you want to come in 2.5 inches and just put a little marker. So you can see there 2.5 and again 2.5. Just hold it up so you can see. On one of them, you're going to cut in from the right side to that marker, and on the other one, you're going to cut from the left side down to that marker. So can you see on this one here, I've got that large cut piece, and on this one, we've just got the shorter. Okay, these will slot together, either that way. Don't worry, I'm going to go through this in more detail in a moment, but they will slot together, and you just want to do a little test. Make sure one goes over the other and they fit perfectly over the top. Okay, and I've just put photo A. If you do that, so that when you slide them together and when I talk you through those steps, you want to be keeping an eye on where you've wrote. So photo A, I just wrote above the short slot, and then photo A is just below where it's still solid. Okay, then for photo B, so I've got 2 pieces here. These ones you want to have in portrait orientation. So photo A was in landscape, these ones in portrait. And again, you're going to come down 2.5 inches on each side. Okay, and draw a pencil line. And then you want to come in 2.5 inches. So you're marking the middle again. You see there? Just put a little marker at 2.5. So 2.5 down, 2.5 in. And then on one side, you're going to cut in from the right-hand side into the middle. And on this one, you're going to cut in from the left-hand side into the middle. Okay. And again, do a little test. Slide right photo A, photo B, as I have. And then just slide those in like so. And again, make sure they all line up. And just do little like movements like this just to check things like that are all working. They're going to fall out, but again, don't worry, just check it all lines up. Now at this point, I'd rub out your pencil lines. Don't really need to worry about the photo B, photo A, because you're going to cover all that with your mats and layers, but certainly try and rub out those pencil lines. Okay, so first of all, take your A sections and slide those together like this, okay? So you should have this little section here, the big section on the front, but make sure you can read photo A and photo A, like so. And you want to take your photo B where you've cut in from the right hand side, and you're going to slide this under to keep them together. You want to lift this one up, okay, so that bottom photo A piece, and just slot this in like so. It should go right up to the edge. So it should now say photo B and photo A, and then you want to take photo B and you're going to slide it under these two. So you've got photo B and photo A, these two bits. You want to slide that underneath. So now we've got photo B and photo B. Okay. Now if you pinch these two together and pinch all that together and turn it, it should reveal photo A, photo A. Again, and make sure that's really smooth, which it is. It's so much better with a lighter weight cardstock. Like I said, you are going to now strengthen it when you add your mats and layers. That's what we're going to do now. You can add strips of cardstock, but then I found it kind of like takes away this bottom section, which I want to decorate. So instead, I find it better to just add a thin line of glue. So I've just got some liquid glue. You could use a thin line of tape as well if you want. When this corner comes round, you see it comes quite over into this space. So you don't want to add your glue any, more than where that would be. So actually, if we start from that side, you want to stick down this piece to that one. So I'm just going to add a thin bead of glue. Plus with the glue, you've got a bit of wiggle time with it, so you can make sure everything's lined up. So it's just under that first piece here. Just stick that. And then you'll have this little one here that just needs to stick there. So again, I'm just going to put a very thin amount of glue. The cardstock that we add to this in a moment is going to strengthen it, but just pop that down. Again, just make sure it all lines up. It's going to, just so it's a bit stronger. Just going to cover all of that section. Again, if you're using your liquid glue, make sure it doesn't go anywhere else apart from those areas. Okay, whilst that's drying, I can go through these ones here. So we've got this piece, which is going to go along the bottom with your instruction on, and this is 4 3/4 by 1 3/4. So I'm going to stick that down there. Then I've got this piece, which is 1 3/4 by 2 1/4. I think I'm going to have that one there. And then I've got the same size again, and that one's going to go at the top. So I'm going to get those stuck down, and then we can cut these pieces. I'll give you the sizes and then get those attached. Okay, I've stuck everything down. Do not cover all of that. I should have known. I'm looking at it, but when you look at the back, look, this goes into that section. So again, just a thin bead of glue. Luckily, I have saved this. I'm just going to use the same glue. And I will put a thing up on the screen to say, do not cover like I do, because obviously I don't want anybody else making this mistake. But fortunately, I have saved it, and that's going to be covered in a minute. So I'm just sticking this one again back behind the two, and let's just slide that in. So again, just do a little test. Make sure you're happy that everything all rolls around. Then these two here are 4 3/4 squared. Okay, and then we want to slice them in half. So just pop them in here. So 4 3/4, so 2 3/8, 2 3/8, right down through the middle. Okay. You can stick these on before if you want, but I like to do them after. So photo B is how it's going to be when they take it out the envelope. So I want to have this one showing, and you just want to stick each one onto these sections and just bring them as close as you can without going over this piece and without going over that one. And just do a little test to make sure that all goes around nicely. Again, that's stuck down, so just give it a test. It should go all the way around, and now it completely disappears. So put it in that orientation and then stick your other image down, and then just carefully bring it back round again, and there is your picture change. It's very clever. Like I said, top tips, use lightweight cardstock. You don't want any, even with the 300, it's fine, but you'll know when you do this, just play around. But top tip, definitely lighter weight cardstock, because you're now going to add it to a card blank, and that's just going to give you all the strength. Now, when you stick this one down, she says, you only want to add glue to the top. So as it's this way, flip it over, where you've got this piece here, up to where the cut is. So this bottom section is the only part where you can add glue. So if you turn here, this comes up and it stops there. And that goes under. See, nothing actually goes into that space. But that's the only part that you can stick down. And you've also got another little space here to add some more decoration if you wanted to. So I think what I'm going to do is just take a little corner off the bottom right corner. So when that sits on top, they've got the clearance there to pinch, because they're going to, most people when they take out the envelope, they're just going to pinch the whole thing. At least then, obviously when it's stuck down, as they turn it, I mean, you'll see that, but I think that's going to be better. More than likely they will then turn it back, and that's how it will stay displayed. You know, you might want to change that and do something different, but I think that's probably going to be your best option. So I'm going to add my glue carefully. Good job, I double checked. Don't cover all that. You only want to cover the same gap here up in that corner. This is why I should watch tutorials properly if I'm going to recreate something I've not made before. It's fine, again, I've saved it, but you just want to add your glue. Can you see this? The same section there is just what you want to add there. The fact that I've been able to save this card is is something, and no one would ever know because it is literally all hidden. But I'm going to keep it in. Definitely make your template. Do a trial run. I just want to add a few mats and layers here. So what I think to make it a little bit more uniform is I'm going to, what did I come in there with the cut? Because I just kind of made this up. I'm going to come in 2 inches. Just if you want to just make it a little bit more. So I'm just lining up there, just so I can get, there we go. And then I'm going to snip from that corner all the way up to there. So I've come in 2 inches instead. So I've cut this piece to 6 5/8 by 1 3/4. Lay it down, and you can see my point just comes up, so you've got a nice little border there. I'm just going to mark with a pencil. So I've come in 1 7/8 from the bottom here, just come in 1 7/8, and then if you cut from your pencil mark, like so. So now we've got a really nice mat and layer there. You could do a separate little triangular mat, and then you do a rectangle mat. It's entirely up to you. And then I want a white piece to go on top. But this piece is 6 1/4 by 1 1/2. And again, if you lay it on top, so you've got a nice border around here, lay it down. Again, you can see my point. And then this is 1 3/4 where I've come in. And again, and now we've got a nice mat and layer. And you can decorate how you want. So I'm going to get that all decorated and stuck down, and then I'll show you it all finished. Okay, so there is the finished card. I got there in the end. So you can see how that turns around, reveals your image, and then back down again. And then what I did with the bottom is I added the man, the myth, the legend. Added some more little icons from the sets, and then it all stands up, so it can be displayed that way. But I think most will probably display it like so. So you've got all your space inside to write your message. It all looks nice, intentional, like I said, with that section. But I think it's needed if you're going to add it to the card blank. Or you can keep it like this. You don't have to add it to the card blank. It's still very fun. But the top tip is lightweight cardstock. I wouldn't even use a 300 GSM white card. Just try and stick to 2 lots of like 200 GSM, and it will be much, much better, and it will glide really nicely. And just watch where you're adding your glue. So do watch this first. Don't craft along right from the start, because you'll make the same mistakes as me, but I will put those little alerts, let's say, on the screen so you know what I'm on about. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed my version of this, and I will share, like I said, the other tutorial that I saw will be in the description box below. I'll add links as well to the products that I've used if you're interested, and I will pop a kinetic kind of fun playlist coming up now. You might want to check that out for some more fun card ideas. And as always, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't done so, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.